Good afternoon and welcome to Quays News.
We've got all the latest news from across Greater Manchester, and we start today with one of the most important and conscientious political decisions in years.
After 6 hours of debating, the UK government has voted in favour of legalising the assisted dying bill. MPs voted just over an hour ago in Parliament.
The ayes to the right, 330. The noes to the left, 275. The ayes have it, and look! Right, does the member in charge of the bill wish to move the motion number 2, Kinlovitt?
Mr Speaker, I move that the Public Bill Committee, to which the Terminally Ill Adults End of Life Bill stands committed, shall have the power to send for persons, papers and records.
The results saw 330 votes in favour of the bill and 275 votes against it. Further scrutiny is required before the bill can become a law. It still will have to go through the House of Lords.
Kim Leadbeater, the Labour MP who brought the bill, gave her reaction to the BBC in the moments after the vote in the Commons.
I want to hear from everybody. I believe the bill is in a very, very good place, but if there are things that need to change, amendments that need to be put forward, let's have that conversation. And we'll take evidence, written evidence, oral evidence. We'll get a very thorough, robust bill committee there to scrutinise the bill and make it the best that it possibly can be. It'll be a long process. I mean, it could be another 6 months. And then, as I said in my speech, there's a 2-year implementation period. So there's plenty of time to get this right.
With the assisted death bill now passing that vote in Parliament, the government is also discussing what effect this will have on the hospices.
The government only provides 1/3 of hospices funds, so charities rely on public funding to provide support. Francis House Children's Hospice has come up with a creative yet festive way to raise money this Christmas.
Christmas is the time for giving, especially for Francis House Children's Hospice, who are auctioning off Christmas trees covered in decorations, gifts and vouchers to raise money for their children's hospice.
We ask companies to dress the trees, but not only dress the trees, it's what is underneath the trees, on the trees. I mean, some trees have got some fantastic vouchers are worth £250. There might be 2 or 3 of those on the trees.
The person with the highest bid receives their decorated tree with all the Christmas goodies attached to it, while their money goes straight to supporting children with life-limiting illnesses. The charity not only provides care for children, but also respite care for their families.
We are a hospice for children that have got a terminal illness. That means that they have a short life expectancy. And we don't just look after the child, but we also look after the whole family, because they're going through what is really actually a very sad time in life for them, because nobody expects their child to go before your mum or dad.
Many customers have written messages on the memory tree for past loved ones.
So we don't charge anybody to come through the doors of Francis House. And that costs us 4.8 million a year to keep the doors of Francis House open.
This is the charity's 18th year of the Festival of Christmas Trees, and Cheryl Thompson is a volunteer.
Well, it's a big fundraiser for them. We raised, I think, about 25,000 last year from it. People come back year after year, and it's just, people love looking around at the trees.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to work in the shop and meet people and hear the stories from my point of view.
Yeah. Georgina Bradley, Quays News.
The Salford Lads Club is a staple of the community and have provided a wide range of activities for young people for over 100 years. It holds a strong connection to Manchester's music scene, with bands such as the Hollies being members of the club, but recently the building has been threatened with closure.
However, the unique and irreplaceable Salford Lads Club has been saved from closure due to generous donations from the public. Donations included £100,000 from Salford Council, £50,000 from Morrissey and £30,000 from gas company Cadent. The Manchester Evening News played a pivotal role in helping the Salford Lads Club as they launched a GoFundMe page which saw money raised for the club by the auction of Noel Gallagher's guitar.
The Salford Lads Club will not stop trying to preserve their iconic venue. The next step is a £1 million legacy fund that could draw in £50,000 a year for the club.
You might be getting your Christmas lights up this weekend, but somewhere which is already illuminated is RHS Bridgewater. A spectacular light-up display is taking place in Worsley. It is to raise money for the Royal Horticultural Society to continue to keep the community garden growing.
Our reporter Isabel Grady was at the RHS Bridgewater to see the lights.
RHS Bridgewater Glow is an illuminated trail around their walled garden with many interactive features and impressive shows along the way. It officially opened on the 27th of November and will continue most evenings until the 30th of December. The event continues to rise in popularity.
So typically on a night, if we set out, we can have over 2,000 people to come. And everyone comes on, it's about 250 people per time slot. But the great thing is, because it's over 1.4 kilometres, you've got a real feeling that part of the garden's for you.
With the sheer size of the garden, there are many different immersive areas during the trail, like this Christmas walkthrough, as well as a section for food and drinks, a marshmallow toasting area, and even a live light show. However, planning for this Christmas event takes longer than expected.
Well, believe it or not, the first talk about Glow happens as soon as it finishes, which is typically in January. And we've just finished one Glow, and then we start talking, or our events team start talking about the next Glow. They start looking at what went well, what could have gone better, and then start planning it for the next year.
I asked a few members of the public what they love about the trail.
Most of it, yeah, most of it, but I love the hedgehogs. I love the hedgehogs.
It's really accessible. It's not always packed. You know, they do it in time frames that let a varied amount of people in. It's just different.
Tracy was also keen to share her favourite part of the event.
I really like the Chinese garden bit because I like the moon gates and I like the moon lights that run along there, and I like looking at the reflections in the water. But I also like where we're standing now.
All the money curated from this event goes straight back into the charity to ensure this experience can be shared with more people across the UK.
People want to come and see, but also it's our quieter point in the year, so it's a really nice way of welcoming people into the gardens in the winter. But you see it in a completely different way, in a different light, because you're seeing it in the dark and experiencing it in a different way that you would do on a normal day-to-day basis.
Now we have Nia and Abigail to tell us what's been going on in the world of entertainment.
The release of the Wicked movie last Friday has exceeded expectations around the world. Two schoolgirls from Manchester, Caris Munsengal and Hattie Ryan, got the chance to make an appearance in the movie and act alongside Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
Caris was casted to play young Elphaba Throp and Hattie played the curious Munchkin. Hattie's mum shared her excitement for her daughter, saying, "For a little girl to land such a huge film is amazing."
Greg Wallace has been called out by Sir Rod Stewart for allegedly humiliating his wife when she was previously on MasterChef.
In the wake of the news that the BBC was investigating Wallace's behaviour, Rod Stewart took to Instagram. He wrote, "So Greg Wallace gets fired from MasterChef. Good riddance, Wallace."
Coronation Street star Alan Halsall is one of 12 contestants on I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here this year. Tonight, viewers wait to see who will make the first exit out of the jungle. In light of this, we spoke to the public about how Alan has been doing so far.
I'm outside Coronation Street, the former home of Alan Halsall, before he stepped foot into the Australian jungle. The soap star shocked both the audience and his campmates in last night's trial when he led his team to victory. Unfortunately, someone leaves I'm a Celeb tonight. We're going to be asking members of the public what they think of Alan's performance so far.
I think Alan is doing really well. I think him and Talisa in the start was like a sleigh.
I love his character on Corrie.
I think Alan's doing really well on I'm a Celebrity. He's coming across as a very sensible voice.
I actually felt quite bad for him watching it because I felt like Dean has been a little bit of a drama queen.
Like, see how genuine of a person he is.
And he was a great camp leader at the start.
Even in interviews as well that I've seen, he's genuinely a really nice guy.
He looks very sensible in the tasks. He looks very sensible in the in doing the chores around camp.
It looked like he felt really bad for it, and I was like, no, it's fine, don't stress, we're all behind you here, don't worry.
Recently, Radio 2 presenter Zoe Ball announced that she will be stepping down from her Drive Time show in December.
Yesterday, she revealed that this is due to a painful health condition. Scott Mills is set to replace her as the next presenter.
Strictly Come Dancing is now moving on to quarterfinals tomorrow night. Last Sunday saw Jamie Borthwick tearfully exit the show as he became the 9th contestant to leave so far.
The likes of Pete Wicks and Tasha Gorey remain in the competition. With the final approaching, the glitter ball is within reach.
Who will you be voting for, Charlotte?
Sadly, I'm just not a Strictly fan.
So Manchester United clinched a 3-2 victory over Bodo Glimt in the Europa League on Thursday, marking Ruben Amorim's first win as manager. United opened within the first minute, however they struggled to maintain control, allowing Glimt to equalise before Philip Zinkernagel put the Norwegian side ahead. This saw the away section rocking as 6,700 eager Glimt supporters was the largest number of away supporters we've ever seen at Old Trafford in Europe. Rasmus Højlund stepped up for United, levelling the score just before half-time and then netting the decisive goal 5 minutes into the second half.
Manchester City keeps up their bad form after a shocking 3-3 comeback from Feyenoord in the Champions League on Tuesday. City got a comfortable 3-0 lead after 55 minutes played. However, 15 minutes before the full time, the Dutch side were surprisingly able to come back and seal a 3-3 draw. Salford City played Cheltenham Town tomorrow after going through to the second round of the FA Cup for the first time in the club's history. The two teams are on level points in the middle of League Two table, with Salford having a game in hand.
That's all from us today.
Thank you for watching and goodbye.